Don't you close that goddamn door.
Don't close the door.
Don't close the door. Don't you close that goddamn door. Reprimanded once again by Ms. Shane Halls for closing the door when I use her restroom.
I try to leave the AC blasting upstairs and then the little door that separates the upstairs from the downstairs open so that the AC will blast all the way into the living room.
But unfortunately, it's the only restroom in this place.
But I'm not talking about the bathroom door. I'm talking about that other door.
The corridor door.
Yeah. What would... When I say the door and then you know where the AC is and where the bathroom is, what goes through... I'm genuinely curious.
It's mostly out of...
What goes through your head when you're like... When you think critically about the airflow and what doors need to be open and closed, I just want to know.
I'm you not to sit down. It's mostly to protect from him not getting up. In the past, it's a compulsive...
my dog doesn't go upstairs.
And it's Mango.
Mango isn't even with us today.
No, but it's like
you didn't do a Mango protection.
It's an impulsive, like it's a I just close doors. It's an OCD thing, baby.
Oh wow. Okay, so it's your mental illness flaring up that causes the door.
I lock doors. I close doors. I'm like big on closing things.
I only close doors at night. Okay, I know. I appreciate the inner glimpse. I only close doors at night because I don't feel safe with an open door, like my bedroom.
Who does? But like, people who sleep with open doors, I'm literally like, who are you?
You have no like moral compass.
You have no boundaries. You have no moral compass. You have
zero values.
No, but it actually freaks me out when I see like in movies when someone is sleeping and I'm like, why are you sleeping with the door? We have a door that leads into our back area with our bathroom and our bedroom. I lock that shit up. I lock the front door and then I lock the door to our actual bed.
Wow. Okay, so you are in a place of creating fire hazards for yourself at night. Okay, got that. I don't do that, but I just want airflow. So whenever you make a journey in this house, consider the airflow. Because I saw it close and I walked in and it was consider my
neurodivergency.
I'm asking you to control your neurodivergent behavior in this house. You are Shailene Woodley divergent when you enter this space.
Me is Shailene.
You're hopping from building to building.
I'm parkouring.
I'm trying to ask you just be part of this open door tribe and this airflow tribe.
And I say no.
And you say, I'll make sure I close the bathroom door.
I go.
You're like, I kept the bathroom door open, but the main door closed.
You go, did you keep the door open? And I go, yes.
You literally said yes to me the other day. And then I was like, God, it's so hot down here. Like, it feels like that door's closed. And then I walked upstairs and the fucking door was closed.
Well, we had Mango. I had Mango here.
I know what I said. Just hold your dog.
I did hold him.
I know, but then the door was closed. We're learning a lot. It's a lot of steps to get through just to get off a solid podcast
even friends
episode.
That you've known for years and think you know so much about, there's things you don't know. Like me being
like their inability to
not lock and not close doors.
The door, like leave the door open that creates the airflow downstairs.
Usually I used to sleep with a chair in front of my door.
You're trying to die in a fire at night.
No, my fear of home invasion is very strong.
Mm-hmm. But what if someone comes in through the window?
They're not coming up. No one's coming up to my 7th floor.
You never know.
Unless they're parkouring.
When I went to the Cannes Film Festival in 2008.
Brag.
We... starts out as a brag, but then becomes the
like
troll on me.
Like America's Next Top Model house kind of thing, right?
Yeah, well, we had to stay. Weren't allowed. First of all, you have to pay for this like internship.
So you're paying.
You pay to go and then work. Yeah, it's an incredible scam. But I recommend if you or your parents want to foot the bill for that, you should definitely do it. It's a great way to go to the Cannes Film Festival. But they don't let you stay in Cannes proper. You stay in a neighboring town called Cannes La Boca, which is not the one.
Cannes the mouth.
Cannes the mouth. And we stayed in this like kind of high-rise condo thing where they would just jam 4 people in every room. And if you wanted a solo room, you had to pay a lot more. But I was like, I want friends. I just want to be in the mix. And one of the biggest rules they told us, like in day one orientation, they were like, please, whatever you do, you need to lock every door and window and sliding door on your balconies. Like, lock it, because thieves will climb up the side of the building to get in your rooms and like steal shit. They were like, we've seen it before. You've got to lock it. So we had to like lock those. I always think about that when I think about a balcony.
Yeah, I feel like that those are like very like Euro warnings.
I know, but I think things are becoming more Can La Boca in Hollywood.
Well, yeah.
With every passing day.
I think it's nothing is impossible. Someone could scale the side of my tower to get up to where we live. The chances of them choosing us out of all of the...
They could see some things they want.
But I trust that no one will come, but there is a chance.
Yeah.
And that's why I sleep with my door locked. Because you never know.
Doors locked, windows open.
No, but no one's going to get through. Outside my window is a steep drop, like 100 feet.
Yeah, but they scale.
If anything, they're going to scale up the balconies. And those are to the side. So that would just be like...
Never underestimate the power of a scaler. Free solo... I'll bet that guy could scale.
Yeah, that fucker could come up.
He'd come in with just his like fingernails in the...
If he came up to my window and was if I saw that face in the dark of night, I would shove. I would. He's... Out of almost everyone, he's the last person I'd want to see outside. The last person I want to see floating outside my window at night is Free Solo guy.
Oh, yeah. No. Get him out of there.
When I went to London... When I went abroad in college.
When I was abroad
and during our orientation program week, they told us like all these horror stories about like navigating the tube and like all these like they felt like urban legends of just people like doing things to steal money from you and like like throwing things at you and catching you off guard and then taking stuff. And and it just felt kind of like almost medieval wives' tale.
Well, it's like you need to hold on to your purse.
Oh yeah, no, I know like that, but like some of their wordings feel very like Black Plague era.
I think they're trying to prevent like the dumbest person involved from getting stolen from.
Yeah, like
which is near impossible to do. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're an American.
Well, if you're like an American person in your late teens, early 20s, like
the chances of you doing something really stupid or in another country are very high.
And someone like fooling you and then stealing your wallet.
Or committing murder. Or not murder.
Yeah.
As they say.
It's a lot. Wait, okay. I saw an article yesterday. I saw a few things. Number one, scientists say that all the land on Earth is going to merge into a supercontinent. So Pangea is going to come back. Yeah.
Wow, she's back.
Over the it'll take 300 million years, but Pangea will be thriving once again.
Damn.
And I'm excited for that, honestly, because I miss Pangea.
We're gonna miss it just by a little.
I know. It sucks that we won't in our lifetimes experience Pangea.
That's gonna be like a moment. Pangea 2 rising from the seas.
Pangea 2 is a vibe.
And like
the Pangea reboot.
The Pangea and like will there be warring? How will they differentiate?
I think it's good that people have 300 mil years to figure it out, because it seems like at this point, if this was like happening in the next week or two, I'd be really worried.
Yeah, I think hopefully by then we'll be off out of the solar system and or we'll still be here.
I'm also like, if scientists say that's going to happen, then seems like the Earth is going to survive global warming if they're like predicting that.
I don't know.
I think
I don't think it'll be like a chill. I think it'll be like a violent.
It'll be just a volcano.
Yeah.
Pangea is just one huge volcano.
I don't think things will be good probably on the surface when that's happening.
I think they could be good.
Yeah.
The Earth is like constantly evolving. Like Pangea is coming back. Things are moving. Coastlines are changing. But maybe it's just all in service of Pangea, the reboot.
Like all of this has been leading to 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. to Gia. That's crazy.
Yeah. Researchers say America would collide with Asia, and Australia will also play an important role as it'll collide with Asia, connecting the continents.
So Australia will be like a land bridge.
Mm-hmm. If they hold up, these are remarkable findings, providing glimpses of the planet's future.
I've always been obsessed with the Bering Strait and the bridge that used to connect Asia to North America, and how like indigenous people all came over through that. Like it was basically like a highway, and like I'm just obsessed with it.
It's
and now
cool.
It's just underwater, but I love knowing that like
soon you'll just be able to like walk on over.
I'm also obsessed truly like with the North America Russia divide. It's like really interesting to look at on a map
because they're close.
Yeah, I mean they're not like, yeah, they are kind of close. There's 2 islands that are really close. One of the islands is Russia and the other is Alaska. It's like little and big something. But they are, you can, I think on some days, she was right.
She was right. She wasn't lying.
You can see Russia
Ms. Palin.
From Alaska, I think, in some places, which is kind of crazy.
That's crazy. Some Russians are coming over on boats.
I know. To avoid the draft.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't want to die in
I'd rather die in Alaska.
I was dying today because Popcrave, my favorite Twitter is Popcrave.
Mm-hmm.
They broke the news that Kim Jong-un shared pictures of him watching a nuclear ballistic missile like launching like to test, and that he's planning on using them against us in South Korea. But
hasn't he always been trying to do that?
There's like a photo of him with you see it like
in the background,
like watching it like way in the foreground. I just love Popcrave breaking that.
I like that that's what they consider like pop culture news now.
Yeah.
I guess it is.
They're like the new TMZ.
Ukrainians are planning an apocalyptic orgy if Putin launches a nuke. Ukrainians fear that President Putin may unleash a nuke, and they have organized a wild sex party orgy on Shevstaya official if the threat becomes reality. So far, more than 15,000 people have signed up for the mass romp.
Wait, what is it called again?
Orgy on Shevstaya.
Damn, so are they that?
Shekhavyesta.
Are they feeling that inspired by the dread?
I think they are. So, someone apparently said it's the mega optimism of Ukrainians. Someone else said the more they try to scare us, the more we will transform.
What if they just turn into
like having like a load fest with 15,000 people is like transforming.
Yeah.
That sounds like a way to spread COVID, like create a new strain. That's tight though.
And what if the bomb doesn't fall?
Then you're like fucking some really ugly dude and you're thinking that it's fine because you're literally about to die and you'd rather get a load than die loadless.
And then you're like,
and then they're like, oh, false alarm. And then you're just like, oh.
And you just kind of have to still take it.
You're like, oh, I'm coming. Oh, I gotta go.
That'd be so, imagine like seeing, there's a good chance you'll run into people on like getting your coffee or just like heading out. Well, that's fun. I like them sort of trolling Russia.
Where do they gather?
That's
in a stadium?
In a football stadium. I don't know. The gymnasium?
15,000 people.
That's
a lot of people.
That's like a minor league.
You got to get like the Staples Center involved or something.
You have to get the crypto.com. I mean, fuck, are they really? I mean,
I guess like
he better not launch anything.
Better to suck and fuck than not.
Yeah,
if you're about to get nuked.
I have nothing but admiration for their.
Do you have long enough? When someone pushes like the nuke them button,
I think we have like a half hour before they reach us.
How are they planning to get 15? How are 15,000 people planning to know, like, oh my God, drop everything. We got to get to the orgy now. And they go and like successfully fuck someone. There's going to be bottlenecks.
You need at least 10 minutes.
You're going to need some staff to like check people in and out. Or is it just like drop everything and just fuck in the street whoever? Is it just like you either are in or you're out, and then if you hear the warning, you just look to your right and you go orgy and Shrevsvanka, and then they go see, and then you just like fuck, or they go no, and then you like run to find the next person that's nearest? Because it seems like too much to get them all in one location.
If there's a place, like, is there going to be like parking attendants, like people with the waving people down with like the cones?
I'm thinking back to trying to get into Dodger Stadium for Chromatica Ball, and I'm traumatized, and I feel like that's what they're up against should they try and be rushing any sort of place. So it might just be better to like...
I mean, that is kind of like a Snuddy-Ski orgy, Chromatica. Like, what you went to was sort of an apocalyptic orgy.
A little bit.
So I imagine... I want them to have that moment.
No, I want them to have it too. I'm just thinking
trolling,
like...
I love that too.
It needs to maybe just be like a stop, drop, and fuck instead of trying to get to one location.
I mean, what a sight that would be.
I think that's what you've got to do in that sitch.
Damn. I can't believe we're there. I love Biden being like... Whereas, why did he say that? He said our threat of apocalyptic Armageddon, nuclear Armageddon is as high as it was in the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Because it pays to scare people.
I know. Just don't do it right now. Joe.
Russian scientists have proposed a plan to launch ads into orbit over cities. So I guess like you can send a formation of satellites over a city, and around like sunrise and sunset, the way the sun reflects off of them could create an ad. So this could be like the new dawn of just like ads in the sky. Look at this photo. Starbucks.
Oh, don't they have a fake Starbucks?
Well, they have a fake Starbucks, and now they have a fake Lego store.
Really?
They rebranded all the Lego stores, and it's just like little squares, the Connect store.
Damn, I feel like that feels so spammy.
I hate that.
Like, there's gonna be like viruses that like make it glitch. So we're gonna be like walking around and there'll just be like spam popping at us.
No one wants to like see sunrise or sunset.
That's a Starbucks logo.
And like also see like a logo for like
Chipotle.
Michelin tires. Yeah.
That's
truly
I have
like
to say that's when I'm like,
okay.
do I want to live in this world?
That's a pull the trigger.
that's walk into the woods
and
die of exposure.
It's suicide woods.
Because that is like, that's when you know everything is over. When I look up and see in the sky, and instead of like, we have so little star visibility in LA.
All you have in LA are the sunrise and the sunsets.
That's all we have, and like you see like 3 stars if you're lucky. So if I look up in the sky and instead of stars I'm seeing like Target, the Target logo, I'm like, it's over. What do I do?
I hate my life.
That's when I move and become like,
you got to move to like Timbuktu.
Yeah.
That's when you go fully like alone level off the grid.
I would.
That's when you go Alaska style. You go full Roland.
I go Roland.
Roland from Alone.
Oh, right.
Sweet King.
And that woman, Nikki.
Don't bring Nikki into this. She didn't even get far.
She got pretty far.
Not far enough.
She made it past Halloween.
But how many days is that? Weren't
60?
they like deep into January? Didn't they go like 100 days?
But she tapped out because she like just couldn't keep weight on.
You said she couldn't keep her wig on. Imagine being on Alone and then just being like, my wig. And that being like a big priority for you. Just trying to keep your wig on through Alone.
Wait, I'm dying at the Starbucks.
Wait, I need to find out what the like Russian Lego store is. This is the only thing. The thing I'm loving about Russia is that they are just taking all these things and just rebranding from like taking things that used to exist there that were like, we're done with your ass, and just being like, well, fine. Now it is Stars Coffee, and now it is Squares Store. It's incredible.
Is it called Squares?
It's called something like that.
Stars. I forgot.
Stars. People lining up. They're ready.
Stars. Stars. Come to Stars.
Come to Stars.
Come to Stars. Everyone, you can smoke at Stars.
If you could smoke indoors, I'd go to Stars.
I would love to smoke in a Starbucks.
Wouldn't you love that?
I want to go to the Starbucks Reserve in
They should have a smoking
Chelsea.
lounge.
And when we go to New York.
I got seated at like truly a table that felt like they had seated us like so far away from the restaurant on a sidewalk somewhere that it was like, we are in Europe now. And on Saturday night I went to Cafe Stella with my friend Ryan, and I was like, I ordered an Uber, like truly the one time in my life that I thought I was going to be on time to something and not like 5 to 10 minutes late. And our dinner was at 7:30. I ordered the Uber at 7, and then it said it would take 20 minutes. It said 12 minutes to arrive. Then that just stretched into 20 minutes. And before you know it, it was like arrived at my house at like 7:23.
Damn.
Then I get in. Ryan gets to Stella before me, and I'm like, I'm really sorry, I'm running late. Like, just get the table. And he was like, they won't seat us until everyone's here. And they said we're going to lose the table at 7:45. And my Uber was set to arrive at 7:46. And I was like, please step on it, sir. And he did not understand what I was saying, and then continued to drive 5 miles under the speed limit. And so I literally like had unbuckled my seatbelt and was like at the door, like ready to run out. I run, get to the restaurant at like 7:45 in like 30 seconds, and was like, hi, I'm here, and like would love to get the table now. And he's like, all right, follow me. And leads us out the door, around the corner, down the street to the last possible table.
Where is this again?
It's on like Sunset and Stanmore. It's like Sunset Junction.
Oh, okay.
And he seats us in literal Paris. And there was no one else around. I was like, I literally shaved a month off my life stressing out about getting arguably the worst table in this restaurant. But then it turned into the best table because
smoke?
I realized we're so far away from everything and on the street, so we could smoke cigs.
Did you rip cigs?
We ripped cigs. We had espresso martinis and ripped cigarettes. It was delightful.
You were in the Rue.
I was on the left bank. I said it's good, quite amazing to be intellectual on the left bank. I'm learning so much about Paris, about art.
You turned to Ryan and went, My aunt lived in Paris once.
I said, where is my body? Do you have a cigarette?
I love that. I love taking a troll and turning it into a win.
It was really when
And
life gets you lemons, put 9 in a bowl.
No one said don't smoke.
No, I think they understood.
If you're seated in like
it was the last
literal
table.
Timbuktu, you deserve an American spirit.
It was so far away that by the time your food got to your table, it was no longer like hot. So I was like, this is a smoking section now.
It's Bar Paris for us.
This is Paris, and you can smoke anywhere.
You had a bang suddenly.
I said I had little tiny short bangs. I had an Amelie haircut.
Oh my god. Well, did you find out what it's called?
No.
Lego.
The Lego store.
Prego.
Prego. Grazie. A presto. Okay, let's say. Grazie mille. I'm back learning so much Italian, by the way.
Love. Where's my fucking smoothie? They lied.
They did like, where is it?
Should I go check?
No, one sec. Let's finish this and you go check. Caleb, cut that. Cut Carrie going, where's my smoothie? And then me saying, now you can start here. Former Russian Lego stores replaced by World of Cubes shop.
Oh my God, that's even better than stars.
Yeah, it's incredible.
World of Cubes.
World of Cubes.
Wow.
Look, it's the World of Cubes.
So this is all because of American Western brands pulling out of Russia because of their siege.
Since ceasing operations in Russia altogether, former Lego stores in the country are now being replaced by World of Cubes shops.
I still think Stars is actually a better name.
Stars. I'm obsessed.
World of Cubes.
Lego pulled out of Russia in July 2022 and terminated its partnership with Inventive Retail Group, the company that ran its stores in the country.
Damn.
Although a total of 81 Lego stores were closed, Reuters is reporting that IRG is planning to reopen as many as 65 locations across 20 cities, replacing them with Mr. Kubikov or World of Cubes shops.
Mr. Lego? Is that his, like...
I don't know.
His Mr. Kubikov. That's his replacement.
Wait, I'm dying. Russia is now just turning into like alternate universe slowly, where every store it'll be that, but something else.
Stars.
Excuse
me. Well, it's like, yeah, what happens when a whole country gets canceled?
They just rebrand.
Stars
Coffee. They go, let's go to World of Cubes land instead of Legoland.
First, me and mommy will go to Stars, and then we will take you to World of Cube.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a good day if you're a kid.
It's a good Saturday in Russia.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, the power of rebranding.
It's all about a rebrand.
I'm just dying at Stars.
Stars.
Speaking of the biggest rebrand ever.
Speaking of the Stars.
Guys, we are back. We told you we were going to do this, but I think some people still might not have heard that we are pressing on, and recapping season 2 of Jersey Shore, Miami Beach, bitch. I'm Carrie.
I'm Lara.
And you're listening to
Sexy,
Unique Stars
podcast. What would our Russian rebrand be? Sensual.
No, it'd be
attractive.
Sexy. It'd be like
good one.
It'd be like Sexy Friends.
Sexy Friends podcast. That's what it would be. Jersey Shore, bitch.
Hey, sexy friends. I don't care. These are sexy friends.
They are.
So
I like when they're in Miami. That's my truth.
No, it's good.
I like it. I like Miami. We got a lot of feedback on our airport takes, and a lot of people agreed with you that Miami International Airport is one of the worst.
Woo! I feel like I can say that now as it's
part-time
my adopted city.
Yeah.
No, it's good. I think it's a weird season because like I forget, or has the first season come out already?
It probably is out, but it's now got greenlit for my thought is it's gotten greenlit for a second season mid first season being out, so they're like immediately just filming again,
because you can kind of see their attitudes, their vibes. They're getting a little more cocky and like confident in public, and like they're starting to like become celebrities.
But it still is nascent stages. Like Paul still lives in Rhode Island.
Snooki still lives in Poughkeepsie.
I know.
I mean,
but Paul's way older than Snooki.
They all still live.
They're still living in their cities.
They're in like kind of a half-life where it's like they're still like living with their parents, still living in like their suburbs, just being sort of local celebs. But now they're like slowly getting like world recognition.
Yeah, and I think that it's like they're not truly going to understand their reach until season 3. Because it's also winter. So I'm pretty sure they filmed like in a summer, went home, and then we're filming again that winter.
I remember that winter, by the way.
You remember Snowmageddon?
I remember Snowmageddon. I was in college. They open up on Snowmageddon. It's hitting the Northeast with a ravage. Yeah, my college, we got classes canceled, which never happens.
Love that.
I got really stoned. And this girl that we were with had to go into her room and lock herself in because she saw that a state of emergency had been declared because of the snow, and it freaked her out.
So she just locked away.
She just left us and went into her room. I was like, all right.
That's very like you at night, locking up.
I was
away.
I was chill.
Yeah, you were chill. You were chill, Carrie. You're a cool guy. You're chill. I'm going with the flow.
Cool,
Smoke them if you got them. Paulie is the jewel of Rhode Island, I've decided. They need to have a statue. He's the biggest and best export Rhode Island's ever seen, I would argue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just driving around. He's like, it's just so cold here. It's rainy. It's cold rain. It's snow.
He goes, you can't get tan in the cold in this weather. You can't get chicks in this weather because chicks don't come out of the house.
So they're all heading down to Miami.
Paulie and Mike are going to road trip, as are Snooki and JWoww.
But, Snooki, where it was, I guess you can tell, like, the outer bands of the snowstorm didn't hit where, like, Snooki lives. And it depressed me because it was, like...
It's just, like, kind of wet.
Wet grass with some snow on the ground. And Snooki's just like, oh, nah. She's dating a guy who literally looks exactly like her husband.
I thought it was Johnny.
No, it's
Emilio. She was, I found a really great juice head gorilla and he's so sexy and I don't want to cheat on him, but like also you just never know.
We're going really well. We've been together for 2 months.
They keep it really real when it comes to relationships and I appreciate that.
He gives her a spray tan.
She can't tan anymore because of the 10% Obama tax.
Snooki basically comes out as a McCain head.
She was like... Yeah, he taxed us. It's 10%. And like now I can't tan anymore because of the tax. And she goes, I mean, pretty rich of Obama to give us that tax because he doesn't have that problem, obviously. And I was like, I love that logic.
It's crazy. It's like that was.
This is an affront to white people everywhere, the Obama tan tax. I love that troll.
But so she's, but you can kind of see Snooki's. She's like feeling herself.
Definitely.
She's really like it's starting.
She knows she's a star.
So,
I also love just like turning everyone should be transitioning to spray tan simply for health reasons.
And they're better.
Yeah, I mean, well, nothing really does beat like a gorgeous natural bronze.
Right, but like a tanning, you can tell like a tanning box.
Yeah, or you can tell when someone's like devoting too much time to tanning, but like similar to spray tan, but just like it's just better. I just always try and encourage people to like wear sunscreen and do spray tans.
The queen of spray tans, lest we forgot, Big Ange.
Shoes, that's it.
I'm gonna get a spray tan.
Snooki and JWoww are road tripping, and their whole plan is to get there first so that they get first dibs on rooms.
Not gonna happen.
And spoiler alert, they get there last.
When Paulie picks Mike up, Mike's living in his like condo, like townhouse area.
Mm-hmm.
Mike comes out and I texted Laura watching it and I was like, wow, Mike is fucking hot.
He's so hot.
He's so hot this season. It actually like I went when he came like he had some kind of glow up.
He's having he's having a swagger, a new sense of swagger.
You know what it was? He trimmed down a little. He wasn't so like roided out, and his face, like his face is settled.
He's sculpted, and
there's something
slim
about him this season.
I'm telling you.
I was like,
he is
gag me.
Absolute masturbation material.
It was PMH.
Mm-hmm.
So he picks Mike and Paulie are gonna they're gonna hit down in the SUV all the way down 95, and Mike can't get over that 95 just goes straight to Miami.
He goes, I think, bro, we take this road. I'm gonna be honest with you, all the way down.
Literally do.
I love that.
It goes from Maine to.
This is Americana. These 4 separate road trippers.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is the American way, and this is like truly at the heart of America.
Road tripping.
It's about road tripping with friends and just taking one highway all the way
and being in awe of the American infrastructure, which
is pretty in some places,
not so good in a lot of other places.
But America really is a gorgeous country.
Oh, it is.
Not to be like that bitch, but it really is beautiful.
Yeah, it's crazy. 95 is it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like
you go through 8 states.
Yeah, I mean, when we went to my college to go to Myrtle Beach, there was a stretch of 95 where like for 3 hours you weren't stopping.
Mm-hmm.
It was intense.
A lot of highways are like that. And that's just highway talk.
And that's
the tea on highways. Sammy is single now. She and Ron decided that they just couldn't do their relationship anymore and broke up. And I was like, oh, Jesus. Like,
I forgot that they'd broken up.
Me too. And like coming into a house under those terms, I was like, this is incredibly unfair for everyone else involved.
It's a recipe for disaster. We see Ron and Sam with their respective like posses cheersing each other and being like single Sam, single Ron, and it's like this is not going to last, A, and B, it's going to be terrorism.
Yeah.
Ron's friends scare me.
Her friends are like, single Sammy on the loose, like better watch out. And I was like, watch out for what? Her getting immediately back together with Ron.
She's like
Ron's friends are rapists. I'm gonna say it. They have the rapiest vibes.
That one guy, the tall guy with the shaggy hair.
The tall guy who was like, when you fuck a girl, you gotta have 2 bags. One bag over your head in case the bag over her head comes off. I was like,
and they all go, oh.
And I was like,
Ron hits him like,
Jesus Christ. That's like the scariest kind of like guy talk.
He's like 6'5". I was like, you've killed.
You've ard.
You've raped. Sorry.
Like, sorry to this man.
Sorry to
like,
this man. You've ard.
You've ard hard.
Oh.
Pauly and Angelina hooked up in LA between seasons.
I think she hooked up with Mike too.
She's also hooked up with Vinny.
She's hooked up with
She's hooked up with every guy in the Shore house except for Ronnie. And I can't fault her for that. But I'm also just like, these guys like talk a lot of shit about her. But like, I'm like, you're still like hooking up with her.
I love Angelina just happened to be in LA.
She might have been like promoting the show since she was on the first few episodes.
Pauly's like, yeah, I was in a club and I saw Angelina and I thought she looked kind of cute that night. So
he was like, then I like blacked out and I woke up, whatever. And I'm like, there's a moment in Family Reunion where he's like being flirty with her again.
They like her.
She is truly, you know that book, Men Love Bitches?
No.
There's like a dating advice book called like Why Men Love Bitches.
Written by a woman?
Yeah. And like, I feel like Angelina is like the embodiment of that book. I think that there's truth behind that to an extent, but
right.
it just kills me like women reading that and being like,
hell yeah,
preach, like I'm a bitch now. But they do love Angelina.
She nags them.
Well, I think also she's open to hooking up with all of them, and she doesn't value herself.
No,
she doesn't place a lot of value on her own self.
She doesn't come from a place of self-love.
No.
But so she's playing it. She's like, yeah, so, I've been talking. I like she goes, I've been talking a lot to Pauly on the phone. I've been talking a lot to Mike on the phone. And they kind of invited me, I guess. I'm like, no, they didn't.
They didn't. The producers did. She strolls into her waxer's studio and she goes, Brazilian wax. And then and then they like film her getting waxed. She just bugs me so fucking much because she's both like so pleased to be on camera, but then acting like shy, but still loves it.
But she also is like so deeply insecure that it's like, I don't want to watch her.
Yeah.
Because she sort of like, she's like everyone's shadow self. And also, she has a completely new face now, and it's actually terrifying.
Her face in Family Reunion is shonking.
She does not look like herself.
She's nothing like herself.
It's like, anyway, so she's planning on coming. Everyone else is going to fly down. Vinny's getting ready. His mom's like, if I have to, I'll come down, fly down to be with my son.
Vinny's family is my wet dream.
They are, but they're also like a little...
They're like Sicilian Italian Americans. It's like a dark it's very Sopranos vibes.
I just don't like Vinny. I think he's a mean person.
All the men in his family are gathered on the porch around the mom and they're like, bye Vin, good luck in the show, good luck in Miami. I was like, I want these men to run a train on me.
That was sweet, but they're also like, there's gotta, I don't know. There's a reason why he must have just...
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think that like typically like those kinds of men are probably the best role models for like a young man.
Yeah.
I think they have a set of values that's very specific to them.
Meatballs,
misogyny.
The 3 M's.
Meatballs, misogyny, and mothers. Yeah, and murder. The 4 M's.
Meatballs, misogyny, murder, and mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's off
to the Rosses.
Sitch and Polly get fireworks in some state where fireworks are legal, and they get their car stuck in the mud, and it's just a saga.
Mike looked hot in the field.
I want to fuck him in the mud.
Yeah.
There's a whole type of porn that's just like girls getting their cars stuck in mud, where it's just like hot girls being like, my car's stuck in the mud, and it's like a whole genre.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm down.
Mike would have been great in porn.
Still would be.
Let's do it.
We're open.
Mike, do it for the people.
Snooks and JWoww make a stop in Savannah, Georgia, to have some dinner where Snooki tries fried pickles for the first time.
But see, this is where I'm like, they're famous because now people are like
coming up to them,
and
also, I mean, a camera crew's following.
No, I know, but I think they know because the guy like knows what to like. I think now they're like attracting people, and Snooki at one point he comes in and he's trying to be like.
He was hot though.
Yeah, he was hot, but he's like lightly fucking with them, but also like wanting to be on camera and like flirt with them.
He's not their kind of hot.
And
though.
At one point, Snooki turns to the camera and goes,
"That was incredible,"
which I loved.
She's like, she goes in her talking head. She goes, "This guy, like, obviously he like fucks his sister for a living." It was like Snooki.
She's brutal. I love how they're taking shots while driving in the night too. Amazing.
Fucking cool. This is the MapQuest era as well,
I know.
where people had printed out directions.
Yeah, we had. I mean, we talked about that driving on the steering wheel with your hand, with the paper in your hand.
iPhones existed at this point. We just didn't understand.
We didn't really have maps though.
We kind of did, but not like today.
It was MapQuest was really it was easy.
This was MapQuest or like having to get like a Magellan GPS thing that you like plug into the cigarette lighter.
I know.
And like pray that you can work it.
But MapQuest was so like it was pretty easy. You just like everything.
Well, you just had to have a printer.
No, I know, but like it was very like it was so simple.
I prefer this era.
No, I prefer it too, obviously, but like so Mike and Polly obviously make it first because they're like determined.
I just really relate to Snooki and JWoww. This would be me as being like, we need to show up first because I went first pick on the bed. Like we have to, and we're going to show up first, and then showing up dead last. That is like exactly how I would be. That's how I am pretty much in any situation.
So they make it to Miami Beach, and Snooki and JWoww are like just getting to Jacksonville, which I'm like, I feel that.
Yeah.
So Mike and Vinny immediately get to the house, and it's like this sort of hotel apartment place with their own courtyard, and they go in and they get their first dibs on the beds.
I would have wanted the 2 beds bedroom.
Yeah.
Like, I thought for sure they were going to take that one, or that Snooki and JWoww were going to take that one. And then I love them walking around and Sitch going, this is nice. This is really nice.
Paulie literally, like, he's like, Miami, you know, the beaches are supposed to be great. I hear there's nude beaches. Like, he's never been there. Like, it's just, their eyes are open.
I know.
This is nice.
I'm just happy for them.
It is nice. It's an upgrade from
the
house of
the house
Seaside.
on. Yeah. Okay. Wait. I have some thoughts too that I want to share.
Okay.
So remember there was one episode where I was what? There was one episode where I was like, why does the cast of Jersey Shore inspire like loving, warm feelings, and like why does the cast of Janderpump the Russian version
Genders? It's just called Jander.
Gender regulations.
Gender laws.
Vanderpump law. But why do they inspire like
because
hatred and just like rooting for their failure? I think because like just situationally here. Where you live matters a lot, and like Jersey and just like the vibes of a city like New Jersey or like East Coastas or like like in that subculture of like Italian American whatever is like more family oriented, community oriented. It's like the rising tide lifts all ships, or like we're all in this together kind of thing. And these people are like confident people aside from Angelina, and they're like they know their worth a lot of the time.
I think it's also
sorry, but I was like seeing people. I think LA specifically is a city that those are not the values. It is fucking dog eat dog, kill or be killed. Like put your like you come first, fuck the rest. Like step on people to get a leg up, and it's like cutthroat in that way. And it's a city with a lack mentality where it's like someone else's success equals your failure is like the lie. Like that's not real, but that's like the vibe. And so to see Vanderpump Rules, to see Jersey people have success, you're like, I could have success. Like this is possible for me. Like it feels hopeful. But to see Vanderpump Rules people have success, you're like, the system is fucked. Like I'll never be anything. I'm gonna fucking jump off a bridge. Like if this is what it takes, like literally kill me now. I'm going to burn my own house down, and hopefully someone in my family gets like insurance money.
Oh my God.
Like that's the vibe.
Well, I think people had that I think Jersey Shore triggered people in a lot of ways. And I think we're maybe a little more open-minded about Jersey Shore. Now I feel like people have come around, but at the time people were like there were a lot of haters. People were like disgusted by them, and they're like, this is the end of society, like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but people that were fans of the show, I don't think were haters.
No. But
I'm talking about just fans, like from a fan watching the show perspective.
Well, also the Vanderpump people, like, were trying to be famous. I don't think the Jersey Shore people in the beginning, they just wanted to have party and have fun and have like cameras follow them. I don't think they were like looking to be where they ended up being. And I think it came off genuine, and like they were being more themselves because they were like, this has a time limit on it. Like this is a window. They didn't know if it was going to get past season 1, and they were like, we're just going to party it up. And I think Vanderpump people were like, have been desperate to be famous before they got on the show. And then they, you know what I mean? So I think, I think you can feel that of like, these are just like, and it feels like Vanderpump people, like, even though they were working like at a restaurant, they were like working in the service industry, like they almost felt more like privileged than the Jersey Shore people in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think some of them were and some of them weren't.
Yeah, but they were, I think just because of like, it's bougier in LA. It's like, people are like, try hard a little here in a lot of ways and like trying to be fancy. And I think where they're from, it's like, it's like the person you like grew up with, kind of.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I do, yeah. I think it just like culturally, from a location standpoint, culturally, I think plays like such a huge role. It does. So just like I'm always thinking about that kind of stuff.
So the rest of the people they fly down like pussies.
Yeah, Angelina arrives third, and she strolls in, side bangs on fleek, sunglasses on, Coach bag over the shoulder, and
heels.
Her SATC heels.
She doesn't take her sunglasses off for
days,
hours.
Yeah,
she has them on until they go out. Really, which is so like she's like, I'm famous.
She feels famous, which is truly shocking given that she was on 2 episodes of the last season.
She's never felt more famous. She's like, this is my moment. Like, she's really like, she thought in season 1, like, this is going to be my show. Mm-hmm. Little does she know.
She strolls in, and Sitch and Polly, I think, had no idea. I don't think anyone had an idea that she was coming except the producers. And they're like, whoa. And she's like, what are you doing? You getting unpacked? And they're like, yeah, we're just in this room. Like, and she's like, oh, they're a third bed. Can I room with you guys? Can I room with you? And they're like, sure, I guess. And she walks past Mike into the room, and he just looks at the camera like, what? And I love that.
They were like, you guys set us up.
She goes, who cares? I'm single now. Like, I'm ready to do my thing. If I hook up with one of you guys, it's all good. And they're both like, what? Imagine.
I think it's just like pure, like, she like immobilizes you with like her low self-worth.
Her low self-worth, but also her incredibly off-point read of every single situation. Every time she opens her mouth, I'm like, why would you say that?
So everything she says is just off. It's OFF. It's just like she has no EQ. It's unbelievable.
She has no knowledge of like what world she's living in and like where her social status lies at any given time.
If I hook up with one of you, then it's fine. And they're like,
imagine saying that to 2 people in a room to 2 guys. I cannot imagine walking into a room with 2 men, one that I have hooked up with that probably like didn't talk to me after, and his like other hot best friend, and being like, can I room with you guys? And then being like, sure. And then me being like, you know what? I guess I will room with you guys, because like, who cares? I'm single now and I'm ready to just do my thing. So if I hook up with one of you, it's all good. And both of them being like, I don't want to hook up with you.
That's like, it's especially like with anyone. But I feel like it's just these are especially the wrong kind of guys to say that to. Like more than, you know what I mean?
Like I think she's an essential player because she does bring that like absolutely like
she's pure chaos.
What the fuck are you talking about? Element to the mix. But it's like we can only take so much.
She's shock and awe.
She is Operation Shock and Awe. I feel like she is like an Obama like psyop. Didn't he do Operation Shock and Awe?
No, that was Bush.
Oh,
Bush.
Net Caleb, take that out. Obama psyop, take that out. Take it out from me going, she is an Obama psyop to just right now.
Ding. So yeah, Angelina just like spreading her like off-putting energy to and fro, and then everyone else arrives.
Sammy arrives. She strolls in next, like feeling herself in some short shorts and heels. And
Mike goes. She walks in, and Mike goes, "Yeah, Sammy's looking good. She's kind of a cute girl."
She's kind of a cute girl, and she is single now, so I might try and we'll see what happens.
I just love that. She's kind of cute. Like, damn.
Angelina goes up to her and she goes, "Hey, welcome to the house. We're cool now, right?" And Sammy goes, I I don't know. You have talked a lot of shit.
Yeah, so off season, Angelina's just been like running her fucking mouth to anyone who will listen.
Again, just like not understanding.
Yeah. This is not how you win. This is not how you get famous with this crew. So she's talking about Snooki, I think, most of all.
Polly arrives, and I just love him and Vinny's. Vinny, sorry. I love him and Polly's excitement to see each other is really sweet.
They're like brothers.
They are. And they like both get giddy.
Yeah.
And like I have friends that I get giddy around.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
It's fun to see someone that you like, you're delighted by.
Mm-hmm. Sam and Ron's first contact is really scary to me.
Hey.
Ron's like talking to the bros, and Sam's like doing a thing where she pretends to like fold towels, but also like has eyes on Ron, and then like walks by looking like super like innocent, like sexy cute.
Yeah.
Also, her skinny crop jeans and a flowy top, like going out top, was my vibe when I was 21 to 22 years old.
Sam is the queen of straightening her hair. Right?
She's looking gorgeous.
She looks great.
Yeah.
But her psychosis is beginning.
She's the queen of she's the queen of just standing still and letting Ron like hug her still. You know when you just need to be still and you want to communicate like, I'm just so traumatized by you, but I'm going to be still and you're going to hug me, but I'm not going to give you anything right now.
She does that like...
She goes like...
arms at the side hug.
Yeah, she goes fully straight and he hugs her and kisses her on the cheek. And I'm like, this is so loaded. Like, you guys just need to be together. Save everyone the drama.
Yeah, but it's
ramping up to...
Folie du is beginning in this moment right here. It's as soon as Sam was folding towels... it starts like they go into another, and everyone else is gonna get dragged down to fucking hell.
No, everyone's like, here we go. And
then finally our girls arrive.
Jenny's looking fine.
Jenny looks great. Jenny's also like, it's funny that Snooki's the queen, and everyone like last time when she came, she was the odd girl out, and now she's fully the queen. So everyone is like, even JWoww is like deferential. So they arrive and they see Angelina, and Snooki's like, I'm just not even going to acknowledge her.
They don't even say hi to her. They walk right past, say hi to the guys, and then just like go into the room. So the three of them are going to room with Sammy, Jenny, and Snooki. And Angie Jolie is sitting on the couch next to the guys, and she goes, I don't even care. I don't even care that they're being immature. Not a big deal. I was like, you care so much.
But they're like, and they're like, hey, you should probably go talk to them.
Yeah, they're like, you need to squash this beef. This is on you.
She's like, whatever. They can do whatever they want. I don't care. I'm just going to sit out here. And they're like, okay. They're like, the boys in this moment are actually correct.
They are correct.
They're like, just fucking make us less awkward. Apologize.
I don't care. I don't even give a shit.
I don't care.
JWoww's unpacking all her clothes on the shelves, and they fall, and it spills Ron juice all over Sammy's short shorts.
Oh, God.
All Sammy brought were short shorts. And I think one of the girls said at one point, they were like, no, you better not spill anything on Sammy's shorts.
And she did.
She did.
Sam is the queen of short jean shorts, a black tank top, and white flip-flops.
It's her signature look. It's a short with like cutoffs with the pocket sticking out underneath them, and like a tight black top of some sort.
And like black flip-flops that are like shitty.
Mm-hmm.
And her hair fully straightened, and she's like this.
And sunglasses holding as a headband.
And like a little Coach wallet and like car keys to
a
her
tiny
like
Coach purse,
her Jetta.
I love it. Snooki is like, okay, we have to wash these shorts in the sink to like get the stains out or whatever, and she's washing them. She goes, I feel like a pilgrim from like the 20s.
Her life, like she's living her mind.
Her mind.
She's a genius.
Mm-hmm.
She's an artist of her time.
She is. Sammy is already obsessed with Ron. He like comes into the closet while she was folding something, and she was like, "No, do you. Just do you." And he goes, "Already you're starting this?" And I was like, "Oh my God."
I know. My Al-Anon is like fully like
you want to go into the closet and be like, guys, can you
come
please,
on,
like,
let's just have fun tonight,
like,
guys. Come on, let's just like go out and like take shots together. Come on.
I don't think so, doll. Sitch goes. They're getting ready to go out, which I was like, God, I wish I was getting ready to go out with them and like going out at like South 11. Beach. Yeah. And he goes, "I'm going to bring a little bit of Jersey down south to the MIA, which is Miami." And I was like,
he's so sweet.
He's really sweet and earnest.
He is. But he's also
a piece of shit.
He's also a fucking piece of shit.
But then
sexist.
What is great is that he becomes like Big Daddy Sitch eventually.
A good guy.
And he
really
is
grows.
a really good guy.
Yeah.
I love him so much. They go to bed.
The club?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, there's beds everywhere. They're going to be going there a lot this season.
Yeah. They go to bed and
everyone's getting turned.
Everyone's getting hammered. And he's like, Ronnie is right now surrounded by grenades and landmines. He's like, grenades are a fat, ugly chick. Landmines are a skinny, ugly chick. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
So Sam already gets mad.
Yeah, they leave. Oh, no, they leave one club. They go out to one club all as a group. Oh, somehow like a bunch of my writing got deleted.
Well, no, but basically what happens is Sam.
Well, they go out as a group and all the girls are in a cab.
Yeah.
And they're Sam is like already, and she's in a place of staring out the window longingly, like depressing music playing and thinking about Ron. And she's talking to Snooki and JWoww about like the Ron of it all. And she's like, I just like don't know what he's thinking ever. I just don't know. And then Angelina pipes up from the back seat and she goes, "See, that's like, oh, I don't know what I'm thinking. Like, that's why you guys like all hated me and like why I had to leave because I like loved someone. I had to leave the house. And like then you guys all got mad at me. So what the fuck?" And they're like,
Queen of literally making everything about yourself in this moment. Again, strike
Sam
8.
goes, "Angelina, shut the fuck up." And then Snooki starts laughing. Snooki and JWoww are laughing. And then JWoww just starts going full Hulk on Angelina. And she goes, "Oh, you want to go right now? We can pull over the fucking car. I'll beat your ass. We'll get out. I'll beat your ass." And she goes, "You're being trashy. You're being Meanwhile, Snooki's like, Snooki and Sammy are laughing.
Yeah, and also Angelina has never been more terrified in her life.
She goes, "What? That's trashy behavior." And Jenny goes, "Yeah, you would fucking know because you're from Staten Island." And then Snooki goes,
"Do you think Angelina got like willful defiance of authority on her report cards?"
She is ODD.
She? I can see her getting like kicked out of class and being like, "Whatever."
All the time.
Just going.
I would never want to be her teacher.
Just being like, "Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll go.
I don't even care.
I don't even care. I'll go.
I don't even care that you're being immature," she says to the teacher.
The gym teacher's like, walk laps
walk
till the
1 mile on the fucking track. Shut up.
No,
I'm
I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it. I'd rather go.
I'm just gonna go sit over here. I'm gonna go stand over here, and you can't do anything about it. And they're like, "Fine. Just go stand over there. Get out of my vision."
Because whatever.
Fine. I'm just gonna stand here all day and like sit next to you.
No, I'll like stand where I want to stand.
I'll stand right here.
This is a free country. This is America.
This is America. It's supposed to be free.
So then they leave the first club and the girls are going to go home. Angelina's going to continue going out with the boys. And Sam and Ron are in the cab and they just Ron starts in on Sam at the first club. And I don't know what he's saying to her, but it's scary.
Then he calls Sam
Then
the
they're
C
in
word.
the car and he says Sam is a cunt. And I was like, Jesus Christ, here we go. And then
here we go. And then Sam's like, "I just want to go home."
And Sam's like, what? I want to go home.
So
I want to fucking go home. And she goes, just do you tonight. Go do whatever you want. And I'm like, okay, you're telling him to go fuck as many people as possible.
And that's not what you mean.
And that you want him to love you. And you can't say that.
But he's like, it's time to get creepy.
Yeah. So he goes in full creep mode.
Caligula.
This is when they go to bed and the grenades and landmines start launching. Angelina is just like creeping in the corner, like watching everything.
She's such a little shit. She goes, I'm seeing things tonight. She goes, Ron better be nice to me because I have so much on him right now. I'm like, you, of course.
She goes, I would tell Sammy, but she's a fucking cunt, so I'm not going to tell her anything. And I was like, you suck.
You suck.
Ron at one point triple kissing two girls at once. I didn't see any grenades or landmines. I just saw like hot women everywhere.
I feel like most of their faces were blurred out.
There's one like a hot blonde who's like laying back on Ron and like kissing him from behind. This was also an era of tube tops and jeans that I miss. I think we need to bring back tube tops in a real way.
It was pure. They get back to the house. JWoww's there. I don't know how she got home.
I think she went home with the girls. She and Snooki and Sammy all went home. And Sammy's like at the kitchen island with Snooki. And she's like, I just like don't know what Ron's thinking ever. I don't know what he's thinking. And Snooki's shit faced. And she goes, what he's thinking is he really likes you. Like, I know him and I know how he acts. He really likes you. And I was like, we need Snooki to like life coach us.
And then JWoww's just muttering to herself and she goes, I'm about to rub some Vaseline on my face, put my hair up in a bun and beat this girl's ass.
About Angelina. I love that. I love that she takes it to such a place of violence.
I know.
She goes outside and she's just sitting by herself by a palm tree, just like chaining cigs. And Snook comes down, sits next to her. And JWoww goes, Ron's probably getting it in right now. And Snooki goes, don't let her know that.
Well.
But we all know what's coming. The letter of the century. I forgot also that they were not together technically.
Mm-mm.
So like none of this should matter.
So bad.
This is gonna be so bad. At bed. Snooki writing
me writing like
me writing my pilot.
Or just me like doing homework last minute or like
with the mouse
scrambling to finish some fucking shitty essay on a test.
Me staying up till like 4 a.m. in college just trying to write like a reflection paper on something.
Well, stay tuned, everyone.
Guys, I'm so glad to just be back in their world. I love these people so much. They are like family to me.
Summer isn't over.
Summer's never fucking over in the shore.
Guys, tickets to our show are on sale. Final week to get tickets for the New York October 15th show at the Bowery Ballroom. It's going to be great. Show's at 8. Doors are at 7.
I think the show's at 9 and the doors are at 8.
Show's at 9. Doors at 8.
Be there, be square, honestly.
Be there, be square.
Bye.